Tell me about.
Yes, yeah, they did.
Yes.
Well, they said
That
they
was
were
like
trying
perfect
to
timing. The
take
moment
these
I hit
babies
record
and
on
make
my
them immune
thing,
to HIV. But what
I
they were
heard you
really
say,
doing
"Mom."
was making their propensity for intelligence much higher.
So you think? See, I,
But you
The
know,
guy got arrested
Yeah.
for doing
I
it. He
just
went to
told you.
jail and he got out. But he was like this, like,
Popcorn.
which obviously they wanted him to do it. Like the whole
You
thing.
want a
yeah,
bubbly
you got a
here?
computer, America's gonna hand you your ass. I'm sure they got the same story you hear here.
But they're
China's gonna hand us our ass.
They're literally developing geniuses from the womb
Hey,
on purpose.
hey, so are we, real weird geniuses.
But here's the question: why wouldn't you do that? If you found out that there was a thing that
That
you could
doctor
do to kids,
mutilating the children?
no,
These
not-
kids have been
yeah.
mutilated.
Well, sure, but if it's something just so simple as it just elevates your intellect, if there's a gene expression that they can turn on or off, and this thing that they can do when the child is in the womb can make the child 25% more intelligent.
Right, but they're gonna be autistic.
Are you sure?
Well, have you seen the telepathy tapes, which everyone tells me about?
Yeah, but that's not, those are nonverbal people. Like,
Well, you turn the crankers or whatever. It's the right blend of chemicals.
but how do we know? We don't know that these people are autistic. They might just be just genius. It might not have a side effect. Like, there are people that are
The
geniuses.
Chinese ones or the ones?
Chinese ones, where they manipulate the gene. The thing is, like,
Look, it's China, it's hard to
there's
tell.
a lot of geniuses that aren't, like, socially fucked up. They're just really smart people. So what is that? Like, why does some people have a 9-volt brain and other people have a fucking Tesla battery?
Well, that's the quest, isn't it? That's why we have the Olympics. That's why we have the eugenics festival every 4 years.
Right, but why wouldn't you encourage that kind of manipulation
Well,
in the
I
world?
guess because these people that play God invariably end up being perverts with like weird shaped dicks that they're taking it out on us, like your Epsteins and such. Yo, all these tech dudes, I want their dicks out and I want to see what kind of deformities they have before I let them in charge of shit. You got a weird dick? I don't think you should be social engineering
What were you
shit.
saying last night about a guy who had a flute dick?
Oh,
What were you saying?
he can tell you the story. I don't want to say.
no, you don't
I don't
have
want to name names because that's how Hitler happened.
Do you remember, I think her name was, is it Stacy Plaskett, whoever
Yeah.
it was?
Yeah.
And she has this woman behind her that's like this super
Oh.
autistic lady that's mouthing every word.
Yeah, she's like, and I know
It looks odd. I shouldn't say she is. I don't know if she is. Maybe she's just a
She
very
wrote the speech,
enthusiastic
she
young
wrote the
lady that
words.
has like very bizarre behavior
I
patterns.
know exactly what it is because
Yeah, she wrote
I
the words.
talk to myself like a crazy person. Okay, I have for my whole life on this thing. Just that look on that chick, that looks like me if I'm not even alone. I just don't be thinking about it.
Right, but the fact that this girl's on
She
air,
wrote the
her
speech.
eyes are right, but
She
her
wrote
eyes
it.
are wide.
Yeah.
She looks like an alien.
She's mouthing the words of her play.
Yes.
She's a playwright, and she's
Yes.
mouthing the words that she wrote. And
She's a writer on a sitcom. She's waiting
Exactly.
for the actress to deliver
that's
the lines.
and by the way, that's every bit as creepy as psychic puppetry. That's it. Do you ever see how creepy that is?
It's very weird, yeah, because you know that lady who's the represent. Watch this. Look at her.
Yeah, I've made that face.
Look at
many
her
times.
eyes, though. Look at those eyes. Give me some money.
Yeah, they went over it together.
Look at her, though.
See, if Kamala had one of them, she could have done better.
Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes.
Wait. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, she made a mistake, and then the autistic girl corrects her.
Wait.
I don't know if she's autistic. I shouldn't say that.
Page 55 from the committee's
Wait.
interview, which took place on July 17, 2023. In that,
The fuck?
Wait, yeah, I'm missing the thing I'm supposed to be seeing.
She mouthed her.
which took place on July 17, 2023. In that, we're to leave this interview and we're
She
to
said,
suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden.
She realizes she made a mistake. So she's gonna correct her.
We're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden.
So she has to correct her. So she leans over and says
Would
something
they
to
be
her.
representing what you said, correct? Answer by Ms. Demlo. They would be representing what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that.
Oh my God! Wait, that's not what I.
Because I don't
Whoa! No, that's not just writing the speech. That's fucking weird.
Weird.
I never saw that.
Yeah, weird. Everybody needs one of them geniuses.
Yeah, but that's like
I need
voice
one
to
sitting
skull.
next to
she
me
was
on
doing,
a
dude.
podcast.
Voice to skull.
I would like one. Can
What?
you find one? We can start auditions
Where's
tomorrow.
Jamie?
Jamie's not the
Yo,
same
he
thing.
knows about crypto, my man. Yo,
Jamie's deeply invested in
Jamie.
Octua.
tell this FUD about Octua.
Do you know where FUD comes from?
I don't know what.
Elmer Fudd. And do you know what the reference is from? Hunting rifles. So, hunters and firearms enthusiasts, like Second Amendment people, like my friend Colion Noir, like people who are like make YouTube videos on ARs and that kind of shit.
It's not Colin?
Well, Collins is his real name. Colion Noir is his online name. His real name's Colin.
Yeah, we were listening to that. We heard some more of it too, actually. Yeah, when you start delving into those things and trying to bring understanding. Yeah, some talk about those things. You say autism or autistic. Sometimes it just helps too to understand sources, maybe in some fields for different doctors, who knows. When you have a bacterial infection, they have different names for different bacterias to help them know the source of that bacteria. Right, if you say chicken pox, bird flu, mad cow disease. Lyme disease. So that would be the one associated to ticks, and some do correlate that to neurological conditions and different things such as Lyme disease, Bell's palsy, a whole bunch of different things. Yeah, just the basic understanding of those things could probably help a lot of people. I don't know, maybe just bring basic understanding so we can stop over prescribing a lot of things and help a lot of children who are vaccine injured and people and adults who are vaccine injured. Do I sound annoyed or stressed or irritated as though I've said those things thousands of times? That's because I have. There's some restraint. Yeah. Yeah, I can feel that. For sure. It's a biometric thing, maybe. I'm not completely positive of how to explain that to you. Right, for instance, if you have a memory associated to, say, tulips or something, anything, and just the sight of it makes you cry, and someone's, why does the sight of daisies make them cry? The supernatural life, how it comes to the soul. Did that make sense to you? Okay, good. Yeah, it's been frustrating over the years trying to bring understanding to a lot of those things and what people around here have been doing with a lot of their diagnosing and ignoring what's happening with my children. Yeah, those sick punks know exactly what they're doing, and they're using and taking advantage of people and their ridiculous beliefs and motives, and who knows what it is really, wanting to be part of something or nothing. Yeah, it is very frustrating to us. Thanks for your concern. Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't really do too much good, does it, for those things? So, as usual, we're back to square one. What's it going to take? to get people to acknowledge the facts and concerns with the vaccines and the vaccine-injured children. There's a lot of basic science here to understand. People are completely appalled and scared at how it's being ignored. I don't know. It's actually really scary to a lot of us, and to see people continually be attacked just for no reason. It's really sad. It's scary. It doesn't make any sense. And the fact no one's calling them out for that, or just kind of watching it, I don't know. Maybe just to show people that does happen. That's what we've been dealing with for a long time. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, well, by then, by 2019, 2020, when it was just to the point of beyond stupidity and what was going on with everything, and when you connect the dots with 9/11 and Hamas and the labs and bioweapons, infectious disease, I'm not really sure where to go. We're speechless with sadness and anger and frustration. It's very disheartening. Good, thank you. I did hear later on, because I actually have it playing in the other room too, they mentioned the Bay of Pigs. They're just really simple ties and connections to help bring understanding to kind of the overall picture. Nothing to freak out or charge anyone with, just to bring awareness. I think originally what had happened was that way back, the Bay of Pigs, it was, they say, they get into radioactive ticks and all that kind of stuff. Who really knows? It was an invasive species, they say, invasive species that they spread on the sugar cane. I think to destroy their crop in retaliation, yeah, or something. Who knows? Maybe it's a coke issue. I'm really not sure when it comes to a lot of that stuff, but yeah, just to give an idea in different things. And then in the 90s, they had scared Bush. The same loops and groups and different, yeah, they scared him with the Lyme disease, Bay of Pigs stuff. They were trying to get him to go over there to attack for the oil and stuff like that or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they get a lot of drugs from too, yeah, the drug lines. Right, and the drugs that get trafficked, I mean, I'm sure the intentions are for medical use, not to be sold on the street. And, well, that's what happens, yeah. The same lines too. We have a lot of the same lines, bringing it in, and then it gets dispersed along the way or something. Yeah, so that gave them an excuse. Well, that didn't scare him enough to go over there, did it? No, they tried scaring him with the Lyme disease and the Bay of Pigs stuff, and when that didn't make him want to go over there, or something. Was there something to do with that? I mean, am I getting things misconstrued? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm pretty sure that's how things went down. Yeah, when you connect the fundraising companies and the people in the marketing and groups that were kind of peddling a lot of that. Yeah, and they have close ties with the police, firefighters, Special Olympics. They hire people off the street. And again, same business and trafficking lines. You have a lot of good people. They go into politics, they become doctors. But it's also the same companies and businesses and lines that make snuff films and murder people. Yeah, so regardless, I mean, whether you think those people deserve it or not, it's just prostitutes and sick, dirty mutts off the street that no one's gonna miss anyways. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how anyone would be okay with that. It's been disturbing and scary to us for most of our lives. Yeah, we were 18 actually when we started working for those fundraising companies here in New England, and kind of got a good briefing as to those operations. And we got pretty familiar with them. We worked on and off for over a year and a half. And then we stopped working for them a little after 9/11. Yeah, we had already been, while we were working for them, we had already been put on the rehab training and surveillance programs in 2000. Yeah, when we were 18. We've explained that to people multiple times. Right, I'm just saying it's those same kind of loops and groups. Exactly, so when that didn't scare him enough to go over there, they got a couple mentally ill drug addicts from over there to crash into the towers. They came right down through the state. I'm pretty sure they drove right by here. Yeah, I remember. I'm sorry, I don't mean to act like totally frivolous, retarded, or kind of get a little stupid with it, but we're retarded to it, to be honest with you. It does it. Actually, we go speechless. Like, we go into a space of just awe and astonishment, and you almost can't find words, because you can't believe how disgusting and stupid and ignorant people are being. It's hard to believe. It really is hard to believe. Yeah, so then when they hit the towers, then yeah, he was like, yeah, go over, and that's when I got people motivated to go over there. And who knows, maybe he knew more. Maybe kind of the crossed wires and everything happening. Who really knows? Well, they knew they didn't just need to motivate people to make those calls and decisions, but they needed the motivation of the forces and the people to want to go over there and get revenge for, very sad. Very sad and scary, to say the least. The supernatural life, yeah, we hear that a lot. Sometimes people get a little disturbed. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth sometimes when we joke or are sarcastic about some of the things. They find it disrespectful. Yeah, a huge disrespect. Almost like desecration. Yeah, we feel the same way about our children that have been being ignored for years and fucked and tortured by sick punk pedophiles. Yeah, we've been trying to explain to them for a long time, and watching it in slow motion and step by step, and trying to tell people step by step. They ignore us. They think we're crazy, and they're caught up with the drug investigations, or they think we're just upset about that. And they fail to see the other things going on behind the curtain. That's why it's so frustrating, yeah. Big time. Could be another reason for that, yeah. Yeah, when our whole lives, people within the systems, from the street to the legal systems to whatever, use that as an excuse. For good or bad things, right? They use it as a reason, yeah, to beat us up, teach us a lesson, keep an eye on us, whatever it is. Yeah, it happens a lot in those situations. What can you do? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're all at a loss. Many have been for years with these situations. Usually you see murder suicides. I'm not sure if it's not registering with people or they're just gonna keep playing stupid and carry on with all their bullshit and the drug stuff and worrying about all that and proving us to be crazy so they can justify the ignorance. And the stuff going on around here over the years would blow your fucking mind. A lot of the people have moved away or they're dead or they're in jail. They've killed themselves. They've died in freak accidents. The private investigator in 2009 who was trying to bring awareness to this shot himself. I remember exactly why. He brought up the Mayans and stuff for a few different reasons. One, he was talking about it because it's cool stuff about time measurement, and also because of the drug activity that goes on around here. It's very well connected to the drug trafficking lines. People know this. And the fact that it's being ignored and people try to talk subliminally about it still, it's scary to those of us who live in these environments and situations. We're like, why won't people talk about it? Don't they know the silence gives them time to kill us and fuck our children? Yeah, they get away with a lot of it, don't they? I know. It happens, and we've been doing this for a long time. It happens in all these situations, and usually they do see murder suicides in a lot of these situations. Very rarely. Sometimes that happens, but was that like the similar to, was it Maddie McCain? Was that back when the Podesta and all that Pizzagate stuff was going on? Yeah, we did. We actually got, back in 2012, we were trying to get help within the State Department, and we got the attention of some activist groups over the years between 2012 and 2016, so they could help bring understanding and awareness, how they get brought in to these situations. Yeah, we're usually the target. Yeah, we know, it's stupid. It's amazing, actually, we're still alive. Yeah, no, really shot in the dark. When you know what's going on, it's almost a no-brainer. You don't even have to think about it, because yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you understand that. It's really nice to hear that and know that there are people out there that actually do understand those things and will acknowledge them. Much love to you. Page 106 in A Map of Life. We love this book. How it comes to the soul. The ground of the map is now sketched in. The end of the road of life is heaven, and death is a gateway on the road. We do, thank you. Recall maybe the 1920s. It was way off. 1947. I knew this one was 47. How it comes to the soul. The ground of the map is now sketched in. The end of the road of life is heaven, and death is a gateway on the road. God has given us means of knowing all that mass of truth by which we know what God and man are, what life and death mean, what conduct will bring man to heaven. Yet truth and law by themselves do not say all. Man's destiny is above all. Man's destiny is above his nature, and therefore nothing in his nature will fit him for it. Something must be added to his nature to elevate it, since what he has to do is to live the life of heaven, a life which his nature as such does not possess the power to live. He must receive the necessary powers from the outside. And, as we have seen, he must receive them in this life. These powers, which enable the soul to live a life above its nature, flow from the possession of the supernatural life. In this chapter and the next, the supernatural life will be discussed. In this, the main question will be the way in which the soul receives it. In the next, the question will be what its effects are in the soul. First, then, has to the way the soul receives it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so someone just mentioned, that's interesting. Yeah, I agree. When they are separating bacterial infections with the name, so you know the source. Yeah, they'll do the same thing. I'm trying to correlate what you're saying there. For instance, with a mental illness, schizophrenia is a good example of that. So you'll hear schizophrenia or schizophrenia, bipolar. Yeah, there are sort of different ones. What's the difference? Can anyone at any time have those symptoms? It's interesting. So now the person's understanding of those symptoms, right? So you just ask them, do you hear voices? Right. So someone with schizophrenia, like an actual, to diagnose someone with, say, that kind of schizophrenia. So what would that be? Because you have people that are completely non-coherent. Responsive to the outside, or are they lost in their heads? So when does that become a problem or a concern? And what should we do about that? Is it a liability? I mean, we see, yeah, it's oftentimes you see the same symptoms or behaviors within, right? What's the difference? Usually it's the people around them, right, if they have a problem with it. Oftentimes. Right, well, that's good. So then you have autism, autistic. Now, what would be with stemming? There you go, so stemming. Have you ever seen that name? You have a nervous tick that they can't stop doing. Is it autonomous? Somehow we'll have that echolalia. My son, older son Jamie, he had that for quite a while. He used to wear the headphones a lot. It's also a hypersensitivity, so if you exactly for people to understand that, and it's really sad how a lot of that has been overlooked, and many seem to just be kind of having. I don't know what you would. I don't want to say having a free for all. That's life, right? It's gonna happen, right? Well, when you take LSD or someone's tripping in those states, I mean, it's like hypersensitive, right? Everything is in a very hypersensitive state. Right, would that include even your imagination? Your ability to vision something? You just want to paint a landscape, just kind of imagine. You can almost see it. A balloon flying in the sky. I'm just trying to imagine a balloon floating. And I can actually imagine a balloon floating in the sky. Now, for someone who's taken a powerful medication or has very strong hypersensitivities, right, those visions and senses might be a little, right, more sensitive. Exactly, there you go. Yeah, is there anything wrong with that? Yeah, maybe they don't understand it. Maybe they can see their thoughts. It's kind of freaking them out a little bit. And they can hear vibrations. Oh, it's so loud. Right? Now, is it an issue? Right? Do they maybe start, make it stop, Yeah, I mean, if they can't stop doing that and they are in a state of discomfort, panic, get them to a doctor. They might need some medication. Yes? No? Maybe they just need a cold bath. And can you see how the people around them, how their beliefs and panic, fear, calmness? Oh, he'll be fine. Oh, there's something wrong with him. Get him to the doctor. Can you talk to him? Can you ask them what's going on? What's going on? I mean, if you can't talk to them and they're just like in a state of doing it, obviously, yeah, I mean, these are really simple things to understand. Yeah, so what happens is we have a lot of people just not understanding a lot of these things. It is actually sad and scary when you think about it. We were trying to bring understanding to this back years ago. We've mentioned this story a few times. The story of Andrea Yates and a few other people. They didn't get the frequency. Kenneth? Yeah, remember the REM song? Yeah, I guess they didn't get it either. Or they thought other things, or they were just frustrated at the idiocracy. Who knows, right? Who really knows? Right, and they didn't know what it was, or they believed it to be something really scary. I think Andrea Yates, she thinks she was hearing the devils. Yeah, she pushed her whole car right in the lake with all 5 of her kids in it. Yep, I thought the devil told her to do so. Remember the other one? She drowned her children in the tub. I think she was in Amhi too for a little bit, or whatever, the mental hospital, and they let her out. Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's really disturbing. You know, you have a lot of people going around and just trying to label and lock people up for different reasons, and then using old stories like that and get panic going. They just, they just let people out, and they're not locking people up, mentally ill people that are dangerous. Yeah, so I think it's really important we start bringing understanding to those things, because these people are completely out of their fucking minds, and it's really scary what they've been doing here. Yeah, all of that stuff, you can fact check us actually on all that. It's really simple stuff to understand. It's very true. We can't say for sure what people's own personal beliefs and stuff are, but that's the gist of what happened with all of that. And it's very much connected to all those things and what's going on now. And bringing understanding to the vaccine-injured children amazingly completes kind of those circles. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Cool. Yeah, so those are the important things probably people should understand. And a lot of the people ignoring and trying to enforce those things, they're not talking to people about reality and just basic whatever. They would talk to anybody about anything. And they're completely avoiding us and trying to prove us to be dangerous and crazy and justify what they've been doing here with our children. It's very scary and sad to us because we know the truth. And we tried telling them in 2012, and they tried to kill us, and they spiked things all over the place, and the Boston bombing was one of them. You can try to prove me wrong, but I know I'm right. And when you go back and look at the facts and concerns and what we've been telling you, you can try to come up with another theory or hypothesis, but that's the only thing that makes sense to us. And other people should be aware of those things, and we're just sad and scared that people are avoiding these things, and we worry for our children and other people and hostages in the hands of these people and in communities that have been heavily gaslit, and seem more concerned about protecting the island activity, and many think they're doing good things. So we could, help bringing awareness to it. People get scared away. Yeah, because of what the things we said, yeah. So who knows really what it's going to take to get the people to just get real and acknowledge the basic facts and concerns. As you can see, once you start unraveling the children, the 4 children here that have been injured, 3 have been vaccine injured. I have 4 children here. My second son, who I did not vaccinate in 2009, is my only child who was not severely vaccine injured. Yeah, there's a lot of connectors too when you see the revenge stuff going on from back in the late 90s and early 2000s with the fundraising company. when 9/11 and all that happened. They were trying to bring awareness to a lot of those things. Yeah, there were people back then. It was more so like the AIDS vaccine. I'm trying to bring awareness to those things, and we went through the whole natural cures in that era. And the people were talking about the polio vaccine, cancers, all these different things. Yeah.
Do you not see the shaking up and down of my head?
No, I thought you were doing that. Why don't I just bring up your water bottle?
Sure.
Because you then that way they have to take that down.
Okay.
You want more popcorn, or is that good?
That's good.
You want anything else? Probably.
You remember what my record was yesterday for the States?
146. 145, right?
No, but then I got one down to 136, remember?
Oh, you did 136? No,
Yeah, yesterday.
I didn't see that one.
Yesterday, yeah.
The lowest one I saw you get was 145.
I think that's when I was here at home. I don't know though. Maybe
Cool,
not.
so you got it down to 136?
Well, yesterday, yeah.
Wow.
You wanna know what it is today?
You did not get lower than that.
107. 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Wow. That's like 2 point something seconds per state.
I know.
That's awesome. That is super fast. It's not human. I am a robot. Want me to read to you? It's about this super. What time is it? It's not even 5 yet.
Could I have a piece of Reese's ice cream cake?
No, I can't allow that. Would you like a small piece or a big piece?
Medium piece.
Medium. Okay.
And I'll have some grooves while I wait for it to defrost.
Oh, you got it.